Greetings, good life. So today I want to continue reading my Benevolent Magic blog for you. This one was originally posted on Tuesday, December 13th of 2005, and it's called A Profound Tool for Discernment. The coordination of activities that surround and support your soul's capacities to learn and to remember who you are in your foundational elements is drawing to a greater, more benevolent conclusion. The conclusion, of course, is that we all remember who we are in all of our incarnations and in all of our experiences, so that we can be that being that we are and that we exist as beyond this planet. Earth is a school, as you all have noticed, and as a school, it can be at times fun, and at other times, it can be very difficult indeed. One of the most difficult parts is the repetitive lessons, things that are tough, that come up and happen over and over again. When our souls come here, I believe we are prepared for the fact that it is school, but most of us are not prepared for the fact of how difficult the school will be. Therefore, when opportunities to come to have fun, sometimes it is difficult to know whether that fun is benevolent for us or not. It is not my job here to state that one thing is good and one thing is bad, but it is my job to try to support you in developing your discernment to know what is for you and what is for others. And what that simply means is that when you are asked to participate in something, generally speaking, if it feels good to you, and if you feel good interacting with the people, and what's going on is benevolent, good for you, good for them, good for others, then it's pretty much guaranteed to be benevolent. The key and the difficulty and the challenge for us all is knowing what is really benevolent and what is going to turn out benevolently. That is why the feeling body, as I call it, the portion of you that acts and reacts with physical feeling, is so important, because our minds can only do so much. They can think, of course, and with your thoughts, you can remember some of your experiences to know what has worked out and what hasn't worked out in applications from before. I grant that sometimes your feelings might be nervous about something that may turn out to be all right. Perhaps it's something new. Perhaps it's a challenge. But there are many times when you get a really bad feeling about something, and you know what I mean. That sinking feeling in your stomach, that extreme tightness or that burning sensation. Yeah. Very often, when we get those feelings, we all know that this is something that's not going to turn out well. What I'd like to do is provide something for you that people don't always provide, and that is that I'd like you to know that I honor those feelings in you. If you have a sinking feeling, or a bad feeling, or a tightness, or a burning feeling in your body, something like that, you know what I mean, then I recommend that you do consider what you are doing. That's all. So many times people want to have fun, and they don't know what's good for you. So I want to remind you that if you're not sure, then you can try this discernment method. I'd recommend that you try something that has worked so well for me. It is a process, yes. It may not be immediately accessible, but it works for me every day in all kinds of decisions. It is a physical feeling. I hope you find it to be of some value. This is what I recommend. I recommend that you sit down in a comfortable chair, in a quiet spot, at a quiet time of the day. Turn off the ringer on the phone so you won't be disturbed, and just ask for some quiet time from friends and family. Then put your hands on your heart area. Just let them sit there, and you'll notice, probably, a feeling of warmth that is noticeable in your heart. Keep your hands there and let the feeling be present. It might come up, that feeling of warmth might come up, you see, in some other part of your body, perhaps your stomach or your solar plexus, maybe someplace else. When you notice that feeling of warmth, see if you can just go into it. Don't think about it. Just go into that physical feeling of warmth and see if you can feel it more. I recommend then that every day or every other day you try to have that experience of physical warmth in your body. There's a reason. Practice it for a week or two so that you can get to the point where you can just sit down or lay down quietly someplace and focus on feeling that physical warmth in your body, even if it comes up in different places at different times. That's all right. It may come up here one day, there another day. That's fine. Maybe you won't have to put your hands on your body. Maybe you will. Either way is fine. When you get good at this, you will then be able to use this as a physical means of, yes, this is for me, or there's another response in your body that is, no, this is not for me. It doesn't cast judgment, however. It is simply for you or not for you. I find this is a particularly appealing aspect of this work. Then, what to do is this. I recommend that when you need to make a decision, that you state out loud to yourself in some quiet place where you're on your own. Just say out loud, I could do this, and state what you could do, and notice whether you get that uncomfortable feeling in your body, tightness or burning or something like that, or if you feel that warmth. If you feel that warmth, it probably means that this would be good for you to do. If you get a tightness or discomfort, it probably means that this is not a good thing for you to do at this time, or you can restate the way you said it and see how you feel. Generally speaking, if you get either a neutral feeling, meaning you don't feel one way or the other, or you get a discomforting feeling, then this is not for you to do at that time, or in that way. Practice with it and see how it works for you. Again, if you feel the warmth, it means that this is for you, or there is some aspect of it that may be advantageous for you to consider. If there is no feeling at all in your body, then rephrase the question and ask it another day. That's what I recommend. It works well for me. I utilize it in all aspects of my life, not instead of thought, but as well as thought. I find that my physical body has the capacity to offer this great form of intuitive wisdom to me, and I hope it serves you well. After practicing this, it will give you another way to discern what is for you and what is for others. That's all I want to say today. There will be many opportunities for you in the near future to get on a path that will be self-destructive and sometimes that looks attractive. So it will be useful, perhaps, to have a tool that you can go to, a means of utilizing your own body to know whether something is of value to you. So I'd recommend you use that technique in order to improve the quality of your life. And to that end, I will suggest the following living prayer. I recommend you say, I am asking that I have a most benevolent, warm, and loving feeling in my body when something is good for me to do, that my mind does not know about or is unsure, so that I have a means of knowing what is for me and what is for others, and equally, if something is for others, to have a brief feeling of discomfort that quickly, within a few seconds, passes, that my body tells me that this is not for me, though it may be for others. You understand that I'm not trying to suggest that you ask to feel bad, but if you have a brief feeling of discomfort, it has to be discomfort, so it will catch your attention, but quickly passes in 5 seconds or so. That will let you know. Think about it. If it feels good to say, go ahead and say it. But before you do, practice the technique above about the warmth, the loving warmth that will allow you to know. Another means to know what is for you and what is for others. Good life to you all, and good night.